Was at a baseball game the other day, and I just couldn't help but feel the urge to just talk about a player's dead mother. The player was on the other team, so I mean, what do you expect me to say? It's only natural. I have to taunt him, obviously. What is wrong with people? Seriously, people seem to slowly be getting more deranged as time goes, as some of these people go into baseball games, man. I recently saw some story on a guy who has a girlfriend and a child, but has a romantic relationship with an AI chatbot, and that isn't even as diabolical as some of the shit going on at MLB ballparks lately. Late last week, there was a Pirates pitcher, Dennis Santana, who reached up to slap a fan in the face, and at first nobody knew what it was about, what was said to him that made him get that angry. I mean, right off the bat, no pun intended, the dudes heckling Santana seemed like douchebags, holding up a bag of nuts as he was being walked off, asking him if he wants some. Hey bud, we all know you like to gargle those things in your free time, which, hey, you want to be gay? It's totally okay to be gay, that's your choice, but it's the projecting that looks pretty bad. And come to find out, these people are even worse than originally thought. It's since been reported that those fans threw nuts at Santana and even mentioned Santana's father, who recently died. Santana went on the MLB bereavement list in late April when it happened. Tommy Pham also got into it with some people that same game, but don't expect that to be because of anything that crazy. You could tell Tommy Pham happy birthday and he's probably going to try and punch you in the face. But the dude who Santana tried to slap, who was reported to have brought up his dead father, was of course ejected and I would imagine banned. He better be. In fact, all those idiots should be. Nobody wants to hear how much you love nuts. You can do that in private, bud. Well, some other idiot in Chicago saw this and apparently wanted to one-up it. Last night in the game between the White Sox and D-backs, Marte was seen crying on the field during a pitching change, and nobody knew what it was about at first. But we do now. Now, if you go to Marte's at-bat right before this, you can see the moment he heard something. So Isert, the pitcher, throws to first base, and you can see Marte immediately look up into the stands like, whoa. And he kept looking up there, I guess trying to figure out where that came from, if he's hallucinating, if he even heard what he heard correctly. Like, there's no way, right? He even calls time, which isn't a normal thing to do right before the first pitch has even been thrown. You only get one time call to use. So he's clearly just in disbelief over what he heard. He shakes his head multiple times, looks back out again just to get another look at the person before popping out 2 pitches later and continuing to look back out there when returning to the dugout. What the fan did was taunt Marte something about his mom, who passed away years ago in a car accident. That's some kind of shit Emperor Palpatine would look at and be like, okay bro, you're going a little too far. And what realm is that even remotely okay to think about saying, let alone yelling it so the player hears it? And considering this is a White Sox game on a weeknight and it's raining, there's not that many people in the crowd to figure out who said what Marte heard. And thanks to another view of the incident taken by someone sitting near the fan, we see D-backs manager Torey Lovullo directing and pointing out who the culprit is. It's a 22-year-old, by the way, who said this, and I love this. According to a source familiar with the situation, the fan was remorseful for his actions, admitting to his inappropriate comments. Yeah, no shit, he was remorseful and admitted what he did was wrong after he realized there are consequences. Who raised this dude? His parents also deserve shaming. I'm so sick and tired of people who think they could just say or do whatever they want. The world isn't about you or any individual. Just because you pay for a ticket doesn't give you the right to treat these players like zoo animals. I don't care how much money they make. They're humans, just like you. Just because they're more successful than you doesn't mean you can say whatever you want to them and they should just take it. Heckling is fine. There's nothing wrong with that until you cross the line, which is more than what was done here. And anyone who thinks Marte is soft for this also deserves shaming. What if someone made fun of your dead parent? You wouldn't feel at all hurt? Of course you would. I know the answer to that, but because you're so insecure or just lack caring for others, you want to hide your emotions. Well, I guarantee that you're not a very happy person, and neither are you a man, if you genuinely believe that. You're a very sad person is what you actually are. This dude, whoever he was not even just kicked out from the game and banned from the White Sox park for life, but every MLB ballpark for life. Hopefully the same has been done for that idiot in Detroit. I do believe in many ways our world has gotten ultra soft, but there's a balance to it, meaning that doesn't give you the right to treat people like they're below you for no reason and get away with it. And in the end, as hard as it may seem to believe, it's always important to note there is more good in the world. I want to shout out Torey Lovullo, the Diamondbacks manager.
Fans are nasty and fans go too far sometimes. I love my players and I'm going to protect them. I've known Cattell for 9 years and he's had some unbelievably great moments and some hardships as well and some really, really tough moments in his life. And I know those. And at the end of the day, we're human beings and we have emotions, and I saw him hurting and I want to protect him.
Can you tell us what you told him?
I love you and I'm with you and we're all together and you're not alone.
I've never met the guy, but over the years, he's just genuinely seemed like one of the most genuine people in baseball to me. A manager who treats his players like his own sons, and he just seems to have a great feel for human connection, which is as important of an aspect to being a manager as managing the game in itself. The White Sox put up this message during their game today, so shout out to them for doing that, while multiple people behind the D-backs dugout showed their support. Just be nice to people. Treat them like humans. It's really not that hard, I promise you. May Dennis Santana's father and Ketel Marte's mother continue resting in peace. Remember to cherish your parents and loved ones while you're all still here. That's all I have left to say on this. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.